Dear gentlemen, Alexandra the matchmaker is here again. Yes, for an important reason, because you are now dating intensively. The spring is here and I want to save all the dates that can be saved. Many of you date Ukrainian girls online, and yes, it fails in 98% cases. Maybe it's reasonable, and before you come to a matchmaker to find a wife, you need some trashy experience, so later you value the real thing. So there is a behavioral nuance you must pay attention to. I will say something you understand. Your Ukrainian date is wasted either because you did not do something or because you did something wrong. I actually touched this subject in my previous video, but this is such a fine thing that I decided to invest a little bit more of the time to tell you this. I talk about eye contact, my dear, between you and your woman you go on a live date with. If you watch this video till the end, you will discover what exactly you should find in that eye contact. Okay, so overall we know that eye contact, close eye contact, is something you may want to find on your date. But gentlemen, what must be known? Please be attentive here, because these are cultural things. You cannot expect her to look you in the eyes a lot just because you have heard this is an indicator of your interest. To get something, you have the right. You must get the right to get that. Why you cannot put it that simple? Because you are dating a woman from another culture, from Slavic culture. Ukrainian girls are raised, like we think, right? Slavic culture, different part of the world. Ukrainian girls are raised in specific traditions. They are different to Western. To put it simple, since Orthodox Christianity approves of women to be modest, this context is extended to Ukrainian dating culture as well, and to behavior of Ukrainian dating women overall. And since modesty is considered to be a virtue in our part of the world for women, accordingly, women may, as some of you find, women may behave restrained, primly, to your understanding. In our part of the world, in Slavic countries, Russian, Ukraine, Belarus, dating tradition do not approve of women looking straight in the eyes of men, because it's not modest. Think a little. Why do you think people who look you straight in the eyes very decisively, why we may sometimes think they're maybe nasty, maybe sometimes we think they're even rude? They may not say anything, but we make such a conclusion sometimes. It is so because it's direct eye contact, it's a very personal contact. When it's about men looking at women and vice versa, gentlemen, it's very intimate. And if two people like each other, this contact has a very thick touch of sex. I want dating tradition. Well, you understand, our dating tradition has heavy impact of Christianity. That's why direct contact between man and woman is not very much tolerated. Yes, you can say, and you will be right, that we are talking about modern dating Ukrainian girls who maybe are not that religious. This is true, maybe majority of them is not at all, but they are still raised in this culture. They may not go to the church, but the culture is still the same. In our culture, it's not approved for women to look men straight in the eyes. I'm repeating it again so you understand. It's not approved, it's not tolerated. To do it, you men have to establish sort of relationships with a woman. How do you think? What forms of these relationships would give you the right to look her straight in the eyes when you meet her? Many things. It's about how long you know each other, how intense was your communication, how many videos you had, how many personal information you sent to each other, how less formal you became as you talked to her from the very beginning of your communication. How close you became spiritually during this communication. How good friends you could become. How well you know each other eventually. How intensive was your contact. You might send her presents, flowers. You should do many things. But if in the end your communication did not bring you warm relationships, you do not have the right to look her straight in the eyes. And these things, all these things directly matter. If you did not have intense communication, if you did not go far in that communication, it did not went from formal to close. It did not become warm. If your communicational job before you came to meet her life was not done right, you did not get the right to expect a lot of eye contact with her. Instead, you will feel, on her side, she may feel it's like you sort of intrude into her world if, without establishing warm communication, you look her straight in the eyes. In our culture, if communication was shallow, if men and women do not become, if they are not close, if they don't know each other very well, it's improper for a woman to look a man straight in the eyes. So she will not do that. This is, I will put it very simple, this is simply indecent for Slavic woman to look in the eyes directly to a stranger. If your relationships, online relationship did not make you close, you are a stranger to her. Pardon my French. To get the right for lasting eye contact, you have to communicate during some period enough, intensively, regularly, to actually establish warm relationships. You know what is warm relationships, right? You may do presents, flowers, personal pictures, making videos and sending to each other, sharing special stories, memories from childhood. You should do all the things which make you closer and closer and closer and closer from each interaction of communication. If you have warm relationships and on a date you have a lasting eye contact, most likely this is going to be a match. My dear, here is what I wanted to tell you in the end of this video. What you must get in that eye contact on a live date, please. Her sexual interest in you. And if you did not see it in that eye contact, this woman is not your match. Go and look for another one. If you want to find a wife and complete your search eventually, you will contact me live and we will do it. My dear, you share these videos with gentlemen whom you want to help, if they also date online. You subscribe to my channel, and sure thing, you put like to this video if you find it useful. Please share your comments, your thoughts, what your experience was on your dates. Help other gentlemen, please. I love you, and may all your dates be successful. Bye.